The original plan was to do the 5 circle, but I decided I wanted my brain cells, so I'm going to review something else. Don't worry, it's Rivet Games still, so it will equally be as disappointing. The idea of an engineering gameplay pack is something that I personally like as a concept. And when this was announced, I had just that little bit of hope that it would be good. Unfortunately, as you will find out shortly, there's a reason I expect disappointment from Rivet Games. The pack we're looking at is for Rivet's underwhelming Glasgow to Edinburgh route, and it comes at the cost of £9.99. We'll see if it's actually worth the price. So, what's in this gameplay pack? For starters, you get 2 reskins of the Class 66, depicting the DRS 66-0s and Freightliner 66587 in Ocean Network Express Pink. And as well as that, Sea Cow Wagons. Oh dear. So, let's go over the 2 liveries first. The DRS 66 is depicted pretty okay. However, it's not perfect. The colouring of the blue is a bit bright, but that might just be down to the lighting of the game. The font of the number is a bit off. It looks too thick and it's a bit stretched out. And why does it have the new headlight clusters? None of the 5 DRS 66s have them, at least in this subclass, as you can see here. But in Train Sim World, all 5 of them have them. Originally, these 5 locomotives were owned by DB Cargo UK, and technically they still are. Direct Rail Services have them on a long-term lease for the foreseeable future. As well as that, they also operate a fleet of 14 66-4s, which do have the new headlight clusters. So the fact they added them to the straight zeros does not make any sense whatsoever. However, it's alright compared to the other 56 in this pack. The depiction of 66587 is pretty bad. The livery looks okay, but there's a lack of Freightliner branding. But that could just be down to licensing. I'm not quite sure about the fuel tank either. Maybe I'm going nuts, but I think it's ever so slightly different. I do appreciate the addition of the 3rd door, especially as this specific loco has it. They also remembered to have the new windows. I was expecting them to miss this out, but they added it, so good job, Rivet. Except that thing's cursed. Why is there a Buckeye on 66587? No 66-5 has a Buckeye coupler in real life. Was it too hard to remove it, or did you just forget? Nice one, Rivet. I'm not too sure about the cab either. Maybe Freightliner have a similar spec? I don't know. But I do know this. They definitely do not have EWS posters on them in real life. How could you not just remove that? And then we have the Sea Cow Wagons returned from West Cornwall Local, with 2 liveries. And as far as I know, Sea Cow Wagons are not prototypical for this era, so nice going now. It's not like there are other wagons that would totally fit better as a modern engineering wagon. No, none at all. So far, this pack is pretty underwhelming. Half-baked reskins and wagons that make no sense. Are the services and scenarios any better? In the timetable, you only get 2 services for 66587 and 8 for the DRS 66. So there's not much for you to play with here, because they only consist of Dragon 3, 5s and Sea Cow Wagons. And the 5 scenarios aren't much to write home about either. Oh yeah, the 385 drags. I have quite a bit to say, and it mainly revolves around the coupler and sounds. The coupler we get is this cursed abomination. Interesting looking, to say the least. I don't think one looks like that in real life though. The most obvious reason is because the coupler on the 66 and 385 are both too high and too low, which I don't think they are in real life. However, I think this is the worst part of this entire pack. Oh my god! Rivet, what is this? Why are the motor sounds playing when it's being dragged? How can you completely botch that? Let's just say the efforts could have been done a lot better. Overall, for £9.99, this is a pretty disappointing pack for a very underwhelming route. And I think Dovetail Games have done a better job with their Euro Phoenix Class 37 and Southeastern High Speed Extended. So, this pack, don't bother with it unless you want to run the 66 reskins on the Goblin or East Coast mainline where they fit more. That's it from me, and I don't know what I'm going to review next, so I'll see you later. Goodbye.